Theater of the Mind is intended for mature audience and is not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Theater of the Mind presents Retribution episode 38. I'm Mike, I'm your Dungeon Master for this evening, and this week's question from the Ultimate RPG Campfire Card Deck by James D'Amato is, what form of art connects with you the most? When do you seek it out, and how do you prefer to enjoy it?
My name is Amanda, and I'm playing Mel Kelly. Mel's favorite art is Lisa Frank. She absolutely loved it in elementary school. She had all of the folders and the binders and the pretty little lunchbox with the multicolored leopard on it. And she just loves all the colors, and they make her feel so happy. And to her to this day, that's her favorite.
As a former Lisa Frank child.
I too appreciated Lisa Frank. I know a modern, like an adult version of that, if you're interested. Josephine Wall. Yeah, that's like adult Lisa Frank. And super like fantasy, dragons, fairies, and stuff.
Same. Lisa Frank is the multicolored shit.
It was totally a 90s thing.
That
Honestly,
explains
Dolphins, leopards, whatever, like it's just like Technicolor neon rainbow on
Yes.
folders, binders.
and they were always these amazing colors, and they were super bright and friendly and happy and pretty.
You'd recognize it if you saw it.
You would.
You went to school.
I prefer to forget that era.
Honestly, he may have missed that era.
Oh, you were stuck in a closet, so
Jesus.
I
Yeah.
know. You didn't sit in a classroom with your classmates.
Like, I also,
yeah, he was
I also
ADHD.
don't know
He was
how
literally
long
stuck
that
in a
era
closet.
lasted. It was a big 90s thing, so obviously Kasey got part of it, but you may have been after it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
I've seen those.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Mel might actually still have a couple Lisa Frank binders she's using for college.
Do you use it when is a survival notebook?
Nice.
You have seen my journal, haven't you?
Wait, no,
No.
I haven't actually. No, haven't seen it. Couldn't tell you.
Stay out of my journal.
Unicorn on the front, haven't seen it.
Hey!
I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Elliot Brandybane. And Elliot Brandybane, on a flight when he came back from Iraq, he had like a 3-day layover, so he ended up in some European city. Not even sure where it was. And they had a free museum that he could go into. It was free. He was bored. He wandered in. And he spent the day looking at the most unusual paintings he'd ever seen in his life. And the one that struck him, the artist, he didn't know his name, don't know where it was from, but it was a bunch of blues and greens, and it was all swirled together in just this mass of color. And Elliot looked at that for a long time. And he realized, and one of the custodians had come up and approached him because he kind of looked a little out of place. And Elliot looked at him and he says, I know what this is a painting of. And the director, whoever it was, said, oh, really, monsieur? What do you think this is? He says, that is a painting of a ship in a storm. And the director was actually quite impressed. He says, yes, as a matter of fact, the artist that painted that had chartered a ship, tied himself to a mast, and had the ship sail into a storm on the ocean, almost drowned. And that is some of the images that he painted. And the fact that you could see what that image was always stuck with Elliot Brandybane. And it just amazed him that even though it didn't look like anything, he knew what it was a painting of because of kind of the emotions. And it gave him an entirely different respect for what a real artist was.
I am Bernal. I'm playing Olnok Vaga Johnson, and Olnok's favorite form of art is hyper-violent animes. But since he doesn't know how to currently access those unless he finds manga or reads them, which is also fun, but not as much fun as watching blood splatter everywhere and all the random acts of violence that you see in those, he's turned to velvet marker paintings.
There you go.
All right.
I can still find some.
I can't fucking touch them. I can't stand velvet.
Hello, I'm Downs, and I'm playing James O'Brien. And James's favorite art is the culinary arts. Haha, no one saw that coming. And James feels most in his element when he's like the only chef in the kitchen. He doesn't have to worry about any other idiots with a knife. It's just perfect.
Chef Ego.
What's his cuisine of choice?
Probably cheeseburgers at this point, actually.
There you go.
That's very specific cuisine.
What would he like to cook?
What would he like to cook?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
What
his
is-
choice, not necessity?
He's always seen like he was trained on how to do like those super fancy meals. That's like it comes in multiple courses, so you get like a scoop
French
of food
style.
per plate, and he hates that. So he wants to go like bigger the better. So like big plates of food.
Oh, American.
Yeah.
So he,
Diner
Oh,
style,
his
yeah.
burgers.
like, so
Yeah.
he is a born short order cook, is what I'm saying. Preferably at an all-night diner.
His dream job is Waffle House.
I mean,
Or Denny's.
Or Denny's.
There was one chef at Denny's a while back that was baller at cooking
Waffle
breakfast.
House puppet.
if
Yeah.
you think about that,
Good
that's
Waffle
the only
House.
reason I was working in that the Shamrock Sheep.
I thought you needed money.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I thought that was the main reason
that
why
was
you were
pretty
working.
important.
I've always been real passionate about not
That's the
starving
only
to
reason
death.
I
It's
was
been-
there.
But James hadn't gotten to that point where he needed money, but then was willing to work in a McDonald's.
I got asked that question this week. Why
What,
are
if you
you
work at
interested in
McDonald's?
this role? Because I like working here, and I would like to still be working here at the end of the month. Oh, well, okay, yeah, I guess that was a stupid question under the circumstances. Why else would you be interested?
Because you took my fucking job away.
Like, well, I kind of like working here. I'd like to still be working here. Oh, well, okay, fair enough, but like,
We want you to want this job that you need for
oh,
money.
this particular job. Okay, well,
Wow.
that's a different story.
Yeah.
Please don't.
I have to like craft my answers to those kinds of questions before I walk into an interview because I know they're gonna ask them, and I know if I'm honest, I won't get the job.
Yeah.
I decided at this point, I'm already employed here. If they wanted to fire me, they would have just let me go. So I've been really honest in all of my interviews.
Yeah. They're like, hey, I want to be here.
I
Let me want to be
didn't
here.
ask after the severance package. Does that make
Yeah.
you feel any better?
I'm Kasey Weingarten. I play Emery Lee, and Emery is a sculpture artist. She went through art school, at least most of it, and tested out a bunch of different mediums and really kind of meshed with making things exist in like physical form. So she does keep a sketchbook, she keeps ideas and thoughts and notes in there, but ultimately she likes to mold her media with her hands or her tools and make it like an actual physical object.
Nice. Moritar's art of choice is a close tie. He's a big fan of the brutalism period. But the art of war is pretty up his alley as well. Big Sun Tzu guy. He found that book recently. Thinks that dude's got a lot of half-baked ideas, but well,
He's
it's-
more interested in the practical application, not the theory.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, all the touchy-feely shit in that book is a bit much for him.
Skip. Ooh, pictures.
I suggest a Boratar do some reading on Genghis Khan.
Oh, he would think I just
And I also well, no, because that would involve too much sharing of power. I also recommend medieval Catholicism, which is.
Why are you helping the enemy?
Right,
Whose side are you
right.
on?
I think he'd be a big
Sorry,
fan of
my
Flavian
inner
Taylor
librarian
as well.
came out. Oh, you like this? If you read this, you should read this.
That's his Amazon link, or you're like,
If you liked, you'll also like.
No,
Might
what we
also
should do
enjoy.
is get Olnok some manga and some coloring pencils.
I
Yes.
recommend the Republic. He might enjoy it.
I can use my velvet painting markers.
There
not
you
a
go.
big fan of Machiavelli. It's a little too political theory, a little less.
Take
Just
it
take
by.
it and have it.
Yeah.
This is mine now. But on that note, let's roll for recap,
Oh,
No.
God.
please.
I don't want to. Fine.
What are we rolling?
Oh, yeah.
A D20.
Yeah. Low. Go low.
18.
17.
You killed your dinosaur?
Yeah, he's lost the dice.
Oh no.
Niner.
19.
5.
Oh.
That was pretty close. I was like, I'm glad we talked about it.
Get those high rolls out the way, thank you.
No. The opposite.
So, episode 37, we left to get to the gravel pit north of town. We met old man McGruber there, who was trying to figure out how to make his spell book do spell book things. And Mel and I stepped in to help in the hopes of getting him to move on and come to town, I think.
Your goal was, if the machines work, how, and help us make that happen.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. We wanted to figure out why they were working and bring that information back to town. And instead, the machines came to life, and Old Man McGruber threw a rock at them, right? And woke them up, and they got angry and started trying to eat us. So, we did blast the shit out of them, as my notes say. And Mel has vanished, and we don't know where she went.
Awesome. So we are going to start off with Mel's perspective. Mel, the world around you is muted and darker than you are used to. The colors do not have the same vibrancy. It's not quite grayscale, but it's moving in that direction. Now that you've calmed down a little bit and the fight is over, you realize that you can in fact hear, it's just very distorted and warped, as if an echo from far away. You can see your companions moving about, kind of looking for you, you assume. And as they move, they almost seem to cause the air around them to ripple. And they leave like smoky, ghosty after image is of themselves as they move through the space. You can see that it almost seems like they're moving in like 3/4 speed. Their movements take longer than makes sense. You see Emery run to where you were when you disappeared, but her run almost kind of looks like the spacewalk videos. Her movements are slow, as if she's fighting the air around her, and she seems to float in the air longer than would make sense, mostly due to the time dilation.
So Mel's high.
What are you doing?
So I believe we'd left off. Mel had just basically decided to sit down and see what happened.
Yeah, basically.
Because at this point, she doesn't have her own magic. And she knows this is some sort of magic-y nonsense happening. And she also knows that she can't seem to affect anything else. She
Right.
tried to punch one of the machines, and it was like it wasn't there. So she's just going to sit and watch, I guess?
Go ahead and roll me a perception.
Oh, Lord.
Roll high, roll high, roll high.
She is high. We just covered that.
Well, we can go with my roll, which is a 7, or my passive, which is 9.
Well, what you do see is you're kind of, again, time seems to be taking its, sweet time. And so you kind of, as you're sitting down, I would imagine you end up looking up towards the sky. And at the start, before this, it was clear. It was a sunny day. It was very nice. You look up and it looks heavily overcast. Those cool, like, ripply clouds are overhead. And one thing you see distinctly is you've seen satellite images of like hurricanes
Okay.
where you can see the clouds are curving and there's very clearly an epicenter of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that the clouds appear to be doing that with an epicenter to your far east-northeast. And as you're looking up, it's kind of got the same visual. They used it a lot, like 90s films. Where I don't know how they did it, but they made it look like the sky was bigger than it should be. I think they do it in like Dazed and Confused and some of the stoner films. It's often used in desert imagery. That's kind of how you're getting the sense of the sky here. It's like when you look up, you can see way further than what you can see on the ground. It's the sense you get. You also get you can kind of see as it heads to the east, there's almost a competing spiral forming south that you can see. And you see a similar competing spiral pretty close to the west. Comparatively close. It's not like 5 city blocks away by any stretch. It's miles and miles, but comparatively quite close.
Is there still ground like there was before, or is it, if anything, I try to touch that outside of here? Am I like enclosed?
You can feel the ground.
Could I pick up things on the ground?
You could try.
Like pick up a rock or something? Nope, I just passed straight through. Maybe I died.
Right about the time that you start having that existential crisis,
Maybe I died and I didn't know it. Is this purgatory?
Bell pops back into everyone else's shared existence.
Ah, Jesus.
Oh, thank God I didn't die.
Anybody hear that weird ass
Thank God
popping
you
sound?
didn't die.
Well, I kind of thought I might have been dead for a minute there.
Where the hell did you go?
I don't know. But
I don't know.
there's the storm coming. And I'm like looking around at the sky here.
It's
Where?
beautiful. Blue sky.
Wherever I was, there were some nasty looking clouds. And I couldn't touch anything, and you guys sounded weird. Honestly, it was kind of like being stoned. But I'm not, because I don't do that anymore. And,
Why'd you get defensive? I didn't say anything.
No, nobody accused you of anything.
I'm just stating a fact. I don't do that
Are
anymore.
those like? Hold on. Let me check your kale chips.
Oh no, do you think my kale chips are fermenting?
Possibly.
I hate it when that happens.
Oh, God.
So I once drank this bad kombucha. And anyway, like,
So anyway, you thought you were dead.
well, then I got to thinking that there's obviously something weird and magic-y going on here, and maybe I died and this was purgatory and I was waiting for somebody to pick me up or something. I don't know. I don't know how death works. I haven't done it yet.
And thankfully, you didn't do it this time.
Yeah.
I know, I feel
I don't-
fine. What happened? How did I get there? How did I get back? Are you guys okay?
We're good.
I think so.
You getting there might have been me.
Oh no, you exploded,
felt-
didn't you?
Magic.
Oh no.
Go weird.
Well,
and
you bamfed Melanie out of existence.
Just poof.
I don't know for sure, but
Well, I mean, if you can figure out how to do that again to not me, that could be really useful to
It could be very effective to enemies. We could.
Yeah, like just pop them out. Although they might come back. And I came back.
you
Did
came back.
Call me back?
try. What?
Did you call me back?
No. I mean, yes, but we were looking for you.
Yeah, not like
And
a
you didn't-
specific
you
spell.
didn't
Yeah.
come back when I called.
I don't know if any
So-
of us know that.
Well, I've never been great at that becoming when I'm.
Jacob comes up in a dead sprint. Hugs you.
Jacob!
Like, oh, thank God.
Thud.
I thought you were
Ugh.
gone.
I came back. I don't know where I was.
Gives you that classic little kid headbutt hug.
Mhm.
Oh, they
Yes.
hurt.
Yep.
They're wonderful because they really want to hug you, but they hurt.
Yes.
This big lady didn't come mock speed on the broom.
Oh my God.
No! Thunk!
Oh look, I've been impaled.
Old
Now I
man
think-
MacGruber is hollering some gibberish and headed back into his trailer.
I think he's harmless.
I wouldn't call that harmless.
The mumbo jumbo.
But I-
his construction equipment almost just ate us.
I don't think that this is going to help the town.
No.
No, he definitely doesn't have a handle on it yet.
They said that somebody had seen you do that earlier. Did you make living things earlier?
I got them to move once before, but like I said, they got to wants to.
Well, they
And then
want
they
us.
got tired and they stopped at it.
All right, you should probably not do that anymore. We're sorry about your equipment.
Oh, after it ate me, I kind of stopped caring what happened to it.
Well, that's true. That's fair.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, we're supposed to figure out if we can help the town. I don't think this is going to help the town. But would you like to come back with us?
No,
No. Oh, all
That
right.
was
all right, no,
alarming,
that's fine.
all right.
put me back in the hospital. I ain't
No,
going
Well, they
no, only
won't.
dead people go to the hospital.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Oh,
So you're fine.
it's too late by that. Y'all crazy.
Well, they come back not
They-
dead
they-
anymore.
Yeah, they come back to life now.
They
There's a whole
closed the
thing.
hospital off
They
because
put the undead there.
Wait, hold on.
Things
What
don't
if the
stay
thing
dead.
that happened to the construction equipment is actually what's turning them into zombies?
You know what? How about you shut the hell up?
I have enough nightmares, thank you very much.
do I have fire
I
magic?
was trying to come up with solutions.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to help the town with this.
I don't
It
really
could be population control. The government needs to reduce the world population by about 59%. So we don't eat all the oranges.
I'm starting to agree with this guy. He should not go back to town.
You know what? You should just stay here in your construction shed and don't hurt anything or anyone. And cook your pigeons before you eat them, because that's nasty.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not. For some reason, I don't think he eats birds. But
he
that's
said
me.
he did.
He said he
I
did.
don't eat birds. I eat pigeons.
Those are
That's
birds.
fair.
We've
Don't-
had this
Birds
conversation.
are drones from the government.
No, just let it
Pigeons
go.
are meat stuffs.
You're right. I forgot. I forgot
Well,
we had this.
if
conversation.
you, if
Just
if,
cook your meat before you eat it, please.
If you get lonely, I guess you could come back and say hi. But I think we'll just tell the town that
It's a
that's
dead
not
end.
that's a dead end.
Well, we'll tell them not to bother you.
Yeah, they're dead. It's dead.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
The construction equipment is.
Oh, Mama Grover,
Oh,
we appreciate
None of
it.
that sounded like English.
There's your fish
was-
over there.
it was
By the way,
hillbilly.
just got a little dirt. You can just rinse that right off. You'll
Ah,
be fine.
don't hurt.
I made
Campfire
dirt,
season.
dirt don't hurt.
Yeah, perfect.
Exactly.
I gotta go.
I would like
Yeah.
to talk about how Sadie is doing cool magic in this.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Sadie.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was
Okay.
pretty cool, actually. We
Well-
should head back to town, and
Mr. McGrover, it was a pleasure to meet you, sir.
I wouldn't go.
I'm
that
glad
far.
that your machines didn't eat you to death.
Me too.
Yeah,
I got to get me some new britches.
yeah, I bet you do.
He's like holding the front up.
Yeah.
The buttons are melting away from the acid. My
Uh,
pants are getting spicy.
probably take a shower too. Rinse some of that off. Bath. I guess it's a bath now.
Visit the
I'll go to
stream.
the river.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Head to the river. It's probably mostly cleared up by now. Well, sir,
Cleared
good
up
luck
what?
to you, and I hope all your endeavors turn out better than that one.
Yep, more pages in the book.
Oh god.
Ah,
I think we should recommend
Bye.
not only that they stay far away from
Have a
this.
good one, dude.
figures out how to hold on to one of his shoulder straps, holding the front straps. Well, I got wide leg waddles his way back into his office.
Honestly, I feel like halfway through something else slips and he just moons the whole lot of us.
Yeah, the denim gave up that he was holding on to.
Yep. There's just
Oh look! Don't look at the full
Some
moon.
doodles.
We didn't
There's
didn't
just
need more
pale
old man
old
balls
man.
in our life. We really didn't, but there
I'm
they are.
showing you my private bits.
I'm sorry, I just have this visual of this old man walking away and the
Stop
man's
turning
just-
around.
He's just spinning, trying to figure out how to grab the back of his britches.
Oh, it's worse.
Not unlike an old confused
And then,
dog.
and then trips and falls into the house.
It's like an old moldy sack of taters down there.
So
We could do without the description, please.
important
Slam.
question for the group. Should we steal that spell book?
Kinda.
What are you gonna do with it?
Not make sure
Not
that,
have
that old
him
man
have it
Mooney has
and
it.
Yeah, but if
Create
he
more
comes to
monsters
come
with the
get
rest
it,
of
I
the
think
pages.
I
What can
under-
he do without the spell book?
I don't know. I don't know how this magic stuff works.
Yeah, but then who do we trust with it?
I
We-
raised my mage hand. Yo,
You already do magic.
I
What
know,
do you need
but
a
imagine
spell
what
book
would happen
for?
if I had the book
We
too.
put it away and don't give it to anybody.
What
Like,
about
we need to
Sadie?
carry more useless things.
She's
Oh
doing
yeah,
magic
I
and
have to
stuff.
give that to a moody teenager who was.
She
charmed
could
by a
possibly counterspell vampire dick bag with his emo hair and his stupid face.
It wasn't that bad.
Yes,
he
he
was
is.
pretty bad.
Does she want to? Probably not.
I'm just
Do I
putting
want to counterspell a deck bag?
the book. Do you
I don't
want
know
the
what
book?
that means.
I think that's called pepper spray.
Nobody knows what that means.
Nah, my magic seems to be plants.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, plants.
You know what?
It all
Or
happened really
420
fast. I
plants,
wasn't sure
right?
what kind of magic he was using. I
That's
was.
not what
I was throwing my hammer at a lot of stuff. I didn't know what was going on.
Fair.
As far as
Yeah, you
I,
just kind of stood in a field and threw a ball around.
Hey, it fucking worked,
Yeah,
didn't
you
it? We're
threw that ball
alive.
Really hard.
I
Hard.
just don't
Hard.
think. I mean, even if we steal it from him, then suddenly now we're responsible for it.
you
I
know,
don't love
it's
it.
his
or we-
book, and I don't feel comfortable stealing it. from
Honestly,
him.
there are so many worse people that could have that right now.
Like the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like a guy that wants to create his machines to take out a fifth of the population so we don't eat all the oranges.
I don't think he actually wants to do that. He thinks the government's trying to do that.
I have zero issue taking
I-
the book.
There might be the guy on the flaming horse. We don't know if he'll find it or whatever. I don't remember his name.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'd hate for the
Ashraphael.
Yeah, I'd hate for
Nice.
for
You do have
Ashraphael.
inspiration for the thing you remembered earlier.
I don't want
Whatever
them
it
getting a
was.
hold of this book either.
Thank you.
Is a thing.
Yeah, you get it for Ashraf.
Yay.
And I'd also hate for him to start reading more of that
I
book and
don't-
potentially go mad and decide to nuke the town.
What do you mean potentially? He's already fucking 90% of the way there.
Yeah, but
Okay,
he hasn't
fine.
learned
If
how
you're
to
so
spell
smart,
nuke
go
yet.
steal the book. But
Okay.
don't let him catch you
I'm
this
just trying
time.
to start heading towards
He's
the
like,
town.
he's doing Scooby-Doo sneak steps, right? Like,
Right, James. Right now might not be the best
Planning,
time.
right? Do that. Always forget that.
And that's why this is a terrible idea, and we should just go back to town and, for once, mind our own business.
We thought that with the werewolf.
Yeah. The
That
town
turned
is
out
the
great.
closest population.
yeah, but we
center
were
to
minding
this
our own
nut
business,
shop.
so we couldn't mind our own business anymore. That threat came to us, and then it bit me. So
We know
Really?
he
Yeah.
is not interested in being in town in any way, shape, or form. However,
might
if you
be
steal
interested
the book, he might then
in-
be interested.
in damaging the town. And I regret to inform you, I have family that lives here, and I would prefer not to.
There's always that possibility
that
that he's gonna try
happen.
bringing those things back to life. He's gonna see a bird or a pigeon flying towards town and think like, "Oh, they're charging them over into the town. I gotta get rid of the town," and he's gonna blow up the town.
He said he wants to figure out the other page. Listen, I'm just worried about the potential of people near him getting hurt.
good
Aren't
thing
we,
he's
like,
really far away
a
from
half a
people at
day's-
the moment.
Aren't we a half day's ride from town?
You're like a 50-minute ride. It was a half a day's walk.
Oh.
Yeah, we're close to town.
Okay, fine. We Operation Steal random book of nonsense.
Spooky book.
How big did that book look?
It was big,
Like 10 pounds big?
like ancient tome.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh, it's like briefcase size.
Yeah.
Like Lord of the Rings lore big.
Yeah.
I'm all for like letting him be on his own and do his thing, but not when it has potentially dangerous magic that might hurt my family.
Elliot, you're the experienced one in the world. Weigh in.
Me?
Yeah,
I
you.
gave you my opinion. It's his book. He can do with it what he wants to. He doesn't want to go back to town. That's fine. I guess we could try to talk him into coming with us. I don't support trying to take the book from him personally, but that's just me. But I've known a lot of odd people that a lot of other people didn't like the way they did stuff, but I'm sorry. I think we should just leave him alone. That's
you hear
my
a
opinion.
burst of magic, and then you see a pair of coveralls flee the trailer.
You know, there's
You know
equally
what?
as high
There's
chance,
a chance
he might
he's just
blow
gonna kill himself
up.
with it. And so I
You know, now that we've seen that, he might be okay with the book. If we're being honest, I don't think he's gonna hurt anybody. I'm not sure he's gonna be able to figure out a whole hell of a
I
lot.
don't know. Listen, if that's
Oh God. Jacob, look away. Look away. Old man Dingley coming through.
if that's what the group has decided, then that's fine. But I
Wait,
don't
hold on.
like
Did
it.
he go running after his boots?
No, you just heard him yell.
I was gonna say like, oh, perfect timing. But no.
That's why I put it out to the group. And if we don't think we should do it, then we should.
How
I
many
guess
more days
not.
are we planning on staying here?
I think that a potentially powerful book of magic nonsense, we might accidentally put it in more dangerous hands if something terrible happens to us while we have
Well,
it.
it's big enough. I don't think we could take it with us.
True.
Yeah, it's not exactly the pocket edition.
Which then leads to where do you store
We don't have a
it
shrinky spell, do we?
safe?
We have a pocket.
I do. I have the world's biggest pocket.
That's right.
Or we dig a hole in the
Uh,
floodplain of the river or something. I don't
And
know.
then we grow a book tree.
James, trees don't grow from books.
But brooks do grow on trees.
We don't know that yet, actually. We haven't planted a book in this new world. Maybe it's a thing.
Belle was just really excited. That was a pen she understood.
I almost said it the other way around. I had to switch it fast. All right. Well, let's. We're at least gonna warn
Town. at
We're in
least.
town, definitely.
town about him, but
Now they'll have two issues to deal with. They'll have to deal with
Yeah.
with Living Pants McGee and a vampire.
I think the vampire might be a bigger concern.
Yeah, that one sucks more.
I mean, honestly, he seems nice enough.
God damn
but
it.
He can change his mind. Oh, hell, has it been 24 hours yet? Damn it.
Nope. No, it hasn't.
all right. Well, let's head back to town then.
Okie dokie.
As you start riding away, you hear beep, beep, boppity, beep, bop. And you see what you could reasonably assume to be a sphere slightly extend outside the walls of his house.
You understand why we're not super concerned about him?
You understand why I am concerned about him?
I mean, I could see both
He
sides.
brought construction equipment to life for fun and then threw a rock at it and it attacked all of us.
I don't think he did bring that to life, though. I think that may have been tricking him into thinking he was bringing it to life.
I don't know enough about that flavor of magic to
So that
say otherwise.
So that construction equipment could already eat people?
Based on the series of events that happened, I assume that he brought it to life.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is it was sticky and it hurt.
As one of the magic users, I still don't understand how it works. So,
I can talk to animals.
I clearly don't understand how it works
Yep.
because I can't even control
Good
the
job,
fucking
Snow White.
magic, so
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, let's just go back to town, warn them about this absolute whack job that's living north of them.
I think that's the proper call at the moment. We definitely need to tell him about it because he's banana sandwich. All right, he's going to be a problem eventually, but I don't know how long it's going to take, and I don't know if there's going to be the magic that's going to be the problem, or just that he's batshit crazy and thinks birds are drones, and probably the Earth is flat,
I really hope
and there's
it's not a-
underground mole people and the lizard Illuminati.
Are you done yet?
I hope there's not a spell of cruise missile in there.
Maybe. I hope so.
You like magic missile, but cruise missile in the magic spell book.
Right on the magic spell book.
I don't know. None of us know the pun you're making here.
No, it's not a pun. I'm just saying that
You've combined
not everything's
words.
a pun.
You've combined words.
Cruise missile. You know, it's a cruise missile.
Cruise!
Did I
Cruise.
mispronounce it?
I heard charisma missile.
That's
Oh.
what I
And
heard.
At first I did hear charisma missile, then he said cruise missile, and then honestly, I was as lost as you guys.
I'm like, I do not understand
I was like, what?
you are going
Because I thought charisma missile, like we can make somebody super swag and able to talk to like
yeah, and I'm
everyone.
like,
That'd be
what?
awesome. And then he said cruise missile, and I didn't know what was
Anyway.
happening.
Well, if we're not stealing the thing, let's get out of here. 'cause this place
Skedaddle.
sucked.
Yeah, blue skidoo out of here.
You guys start riding down the road, and not too terrible long from there, you do see an incredible blast of fire take over his trailer. Just a poof,
Problem solved
blew
itself.
his roof off. That's the last you see of Old Man McGillicuddy as you, Old Man McGrouper as you make it back into town.
He might have taken care of himself.
He's self-flambéed.
You never know.
You don't know how durable he is. We really don't. He got eaten by
Well,
something
his pants
and
sure as
spit
hell
out.
weren't durable.
After a couple more minutes of running, you see his pants run in front of you again as if a new cryptid has been born.
It's old man McGruber pants.
It runs in front of us, does a little jig, and then disappears in the bushes.
And then runs
Night
away.
of the living
So sad.
wranglers.
Old school Disney jump double heel click.
Was that Jiminy Cricket?
Did
What was it?
everybody else see that?
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Even Jacob's like, whoa.
I'm waiting for that moment when shit like that doesn't surprise me anymore.
If shit like that doesn't surprise me, I worry for what my life looks like.
That man's britches could book it.
They are quite fast.
Yep.
Sure could.
So it's a pretty aside from that, it's a pretty uneventful trip the rest of the way back into town. It's coming up on probably about lunchtime. I mean, you guys left early morning. It's about a 15-minute ride up there, we said. You spent an hour scoping the dude out, and then all of maybe 30 minutes for the total interaction. So we'll say you get back to town about 12:30, somewhere in that ballpark.
All right, guys, we should set up camp so I can start making lunch.
We have access to a grill in a yard.
I was hoping for proper food today.
Listen,
Nobody said you couldn't
Dad
cook.
is
Isn't he
out
at work?
doing stuff with work.
Perfect. James is gonna book it back to the house.
As you start running, you do see Ken and Jeff on their water trailer. They're like, hey, how's it going?
Hey, oh my.
Okay. We had something to tell.
Yeah, you can tell the rest of the group. James is in the grill.
He's galloping back to the house.
Yeah, full speed.
All right. So you guys make it to the house.
Yeah.
Shortly thereafter, Ken and Jeff come up behind you like, what the fuck?
Sorry.
I waved.
I guess James
got
was in a hurry.
Super
He's-
excited
yeah.
about lunch. We caught some fish.
Oh, nice. Fantastic. Oh, I just really wanted to let you guys know that we were going to go meet your mom for lunch up at the wall, see how that's going. And I ran into Pastor Eric. It was his water delivery day. So I didn't run into him. I went to where he's at. And he said he's actually ready for you guys whenever you're ready to head over there.
Oh,
Awesome.
cool.
Said that his prayer chain rang back faster than he was expecting. So he's ready for you. And he told me you'd know what that means.
When you say meet mom for lunch, were you like gonna bring her a sandwich or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, James, cook faster, and then we'll just
James
eat lunch with
was
Mom.
ignoring all of this and was prepping the grill the entire time.
James, go faster. On
Cook
it.
faster.
On it.
If you
I'm
guys
using
are
all three
headed-
hands here.
on the double.
You guys are.
God, that'd make cooking so much nicer.
I know.
Yeah, I wish you could just speed up cooking.
Well, not only
Yeah.
that, but your mage hand
Without-
doesn't get burnt when you
I
stick
know.
your
I
hand
use
in
it
the
as a
oven.
spatula.
Yeah,
Is that sanitary?
It's magic.
It's a magic hand. I
Yeah.
mean, do they have
if he
germs?
dispels it and then recasts it.
Yeah, like I bring up the
Probably
mage hand,
fine.
dispel it in a bunch of gristle, just in a handshake,
Aw.
and fall to the ground, and I recast it. See, look at that. Instant self-sanitize. And then I go back
Probably
to
more
grilling.
sanitary than like his actual hands.
You're right, You're right.
We don't
I'm using
have,
the mage hand to clean off all of the gristle that has built up on this grill. So, like, layers of
I'm
black-
sure he takes good care of his
he treats it well, and that just uses it badly.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is
Oh, what are you
Anakin's own
talking about?
mistake.
I've been grilling great.
Sure,
Mm.
Dad.
On that, they're great.
Yeah.
That's
Another-
2 puns in one day. I think wherever I went, it made me smarter.
I will say, he's grilling it with these jokes.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty terrible.
Yep,
These
I'm busy.
drugs.
I don't get that one. Oh!
You're up to 3. Cool. So we wait for James to finish making lunch.
Jeff hangs out with you for a bit.
Oh, hey, Jeff. So the old crazy old guy there, he was getting magic out of a book. Is that a thing?
Yeah. What was Jeff? Yeah. Yes. What was Jeff's voice?
What's his name? How's he sound?
Yeah.
Strangely southern. I do remember that.
No.
Some of our
There you go.
strongest spellcasters were able to learn from.
His pants ran away from him.
And there's a good chance he's self-barbecued.
I
Potentially.
don't think he knew what he was doing.
You don't hear a lot about self-taught wizards. Usually they go to school. They're capable of some tremendous magic. Usually requires years of dedicated practice under strict tutelage. If he's
had that.
freeballing it, as I've heard the kids say here.
Oh, he was
Who have
free
you
balling,
heard
all right.
saying that?
I think I heard Sadie say it last night.
Well, he has been working up at the wall.
No, he's been on water delivery.
Whatever. Working people, working language.
So what you're saying
I'm
is
guessing.
it would be really helpful if we had a book like that?
It'd only be helpful for you if you could learn how to use it.
Well, he's fibbing his way through it.
Was.
Was.
I'm sure if
He's burning through it now.
Oh, that was bad.
you had it, you tried hard enough, you could learn some things from it, but you're just as prone to destroy. I mean, there's some spells in there that.
Yeah, and we took a good look at it and tried to help with
It brought
bringing
construction equipment to life.
making the machinery work,
Interesting.
and it didn't do that. So we didn't really understand the full scope of the spell that we looked at, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would assume it was written in the wizard's
I did
language.
not know what that was written in. So
Yeah, can't imagine very many of you folks know how to read Draconic out here.
Draconic?
Draconic, it's the language of the wizards.
Is that like
It's also
Dragon.
dragon speak.
you have dragons?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
we shouldn't be surprised by these things anymore.
I wasn't.
Thankfully, you don't have to encounter them too often.
We did fight those dragon-like things, but
Did we?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
remember in
Yeah.
DIA?
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
Yeah, those were half dragons.
When I kicked that door in and everything went bad because I kicked that door in, you
Uh-huh.
remember?
Can I kick that down?
Can I kick that now?
No, you may not kick any more doors.
Yeah, that was a half dragon.
Oh,
We have the full-blooded, wholesale, full cloth dragons.
Can they speak?
Oh, yeah.
That's news to me. I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
oh, yeah. They can be some of the most intelligent creatures you'll ever encounter.
do they eat sacrificial virgins?
I don't know if they care about the sexual orientation of their food, but
I mean, they
they
wouldn't.
have eaten people, so I'm sure some of them were.
Mel doesn't know what to do with that statement. She's very confused.
Dragons only eat grass-fed beef.
They tend
must
to
be
prefer to
killing
eat
hot.
whole cattle.
I keep forgetting English is not your first language, and then things like that come out, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, things get lost in translation.
Jeff, what do the dragons think of them being under the yoke of a Moritar?
I wouldn't necessarily go with the phrase "under the yoke of." Very few folk have ever been able to control a dragon. It usually takes incredible magics infused into powerful magic items. There's definitely some that have been happy to work alongside. Their goals were aligned. Conquest. I'm sure he pays a very healthy fee. Dragons
Blood and gold.
are well known for enjoying hordes. Depends on the color of the dragon, the type of horde it prefers to keep.
That's unfortunate.
Some
All right, thank you.
of them are pretty against it. You know, we've got metallic dragons and we got chromatic dragons. They're usually at war with each other.
Your world sounds...
Terrifying.
All right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to die where I
There's a lot. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of ways that you could die in our world that you probably never fathomed. So
It's true. Like, you
Like a
could
car
get hit by a car.
they're harder now.
You could have been hit. Well, you could die in a plane. No.
That happened at the end.
You can die on a different plane. In my world.
Oh. So I spent a whole minute,
Wow.
and I described. So I described to Jeff this whole my stoner plane with the impending storm.
Is that what we're going to call it? The stoner?
Yes.
Until we know what it's actually called.
Where was I?
Well,
And should we be worried about those clouds?
the clouds. I don't know what that is. That's new. It sounds like you might have gone to we called it the ethereal. So if you think about the planes, we live on what we call the material plane. It's the plane with the stuff on it.
There was no stuff on this plane. I couldn't pick up any of the stuff.
Most of the planes are kind of like celestial bodies. They move around each other. You've got this material plane. You got the elemental planes. Elemental plane of fire. Don't recommend going there. It's all fire.
Makes sense.
Elemental
I
plane of
figured that
water only works if you're a fish.
Hmm.
Elemental plane of earth, you'll die. elemental plane of air, you're basically falling forever.
So don't
With
go
nothing
to
to
any of
land
the
on.
elemental planes.
That's awesome and terrifying.
We've got the Fey Wilds, where the Fey folk are from. Allegedly, according to myth, that's where the ancestors of the elves started out. They came to the material plane and became elves after intermingling.
Eladrin.
Yeah,
We met one of those.
She would have been
The
from there.
Consort of Spring or something like that.
She was so cool.
She was pretty cool.
Eh.
She was very cool.
You've
She's
got,
hot.
of course, you've got some of the scarier planes like Pandemonium,
What's that one like?
aptly named.
Bunch of pandas?
Pandemonium.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay. Chaos Incarnate.
Whoa.
You've got the plane of Mechanus, whole bunch of robots and stuff,
That's
robots,
Transformer.
clockwork gears and things. You've got
So what's the ethereal plane specifically?
it, unlike the others that are rotating around each other, is a plane that's on our plane, directly overlapping.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I would assume when you were there, you could see things, you just couldn't touch them.
Yeah.
It's because you weren't there, sort of.
But I was there.
You were right next to it. It'd be as if
You were in the mirror dimension.
This hurts my head.
you were in. You know how if you move just out of reach of someone, you can't touch them because you're too far away?
Yeah.
That's too far away in distance. You were just too far away in existence to be able to touch them.
Do you feel enlightened? Do you reach a different plane of existence?
The ethereal plane is known. It's a frequent temporary escape route.
Huh.
There's some magics folks can cast on themselves to hop into the ethereal plane to catch a breather and then pop back out into our plane.
Ooh, maybe that's what you accidentally cast, Emery.
Maybe?
Sometimes, if you're getting the snot kicked out of you, you can cast other things there for a little while.
That makes
sounds
perfect
more
sense.
like it.
Uh,
I don't like
I believe
this
that one's
one.
usually called banishment.
That would
That
make
one only
sense.
usually sends them to the ethereal plane. It's complicated. It's wizard shit. Not really my cup of tea. The other one, the one that makes you go there, is blink.
Okay.
Because you kind of blink in and out. You go there and you come back real quick, but then you can go back sometimes. And
Okay.
it's a real chaotic minute where every 6 seconds you may or may not be here.
This wizard stuff is confusing.
Mel
and
is super
complicated.
suggestible. Every time you say the word blink, she blinks.
I thought I was the only one doing that.
Nope.
In our world, we have power structures that our magic kind of courses through. It's possible your world has something similar.
Okay.
And if there was something powerful enough to upset those, you could see it. It could be that there's a storm brewing in the ethereal plane. That might be a thing that could happen. I've never been. I've only read about it. I've actively tried to not go there. Because I don't know if I can come back. Because I'm not a wizard.
Well, I'm glad that Mel did come back.
I
Me
wish
too.
I read fantasy. This might all make sense.
I have read fantasy. It only barely makes sense.
All I know is that it sounds kind of like a makeup brand, Ethereal.
Yeah. Because they're with it.
All right. Well,
I don't know if any of that makes any sense. I read it in a book a while back. I have a tenuous grasp on it myself, barely. It's wizard shit. I ain't a wizard.
Anything is better than we got, which is bewilderment and confusion.
That's fair. But yeah, no, that book could be powerful in the right hands. It's completely useless in the wrong hands. Sometimes in the wrong hands, it's typically more a danger to the person who has it,
yeah.
unless you happen to be hanging out near him. I would recommend staying away from that guy.
Well,
Yeah.
Because he's probably going to blow himself the hell up.
look at it this way, Emery. Maybe when we leave, we swing by there just to see if things are still intact, and if they are, we can make a plan accordingly.
Okay. I can live with that.
We let him cook for a while, and we come back and check on him later.
sure.
James, how's lunch coming?
It's coming. Flip.
Oh, we want to go eat with your ma. Are you guys going to eat here, head to the church, or what you want to do? Yeah, do you want to go eat with your mom? I'm Ken now.
Sorry. The jumping register really caught me.
We do kind of need to go to the church and talk to the pastor.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
We can stop by and see the wall later, maybe.
Okay, I heard it's a good album.
It was when we were able to listen to it.
I wonder if you can get like an old school record player and like crank it if it's.
Crank it, Soulja Boy.
I bet. Like honestly,
Oh.
like an old like
No,
Oh boy.
what's it called?
don't.
Phonograph?
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 That's exactly what James is talking about.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
You gotta find one
I
though.
bet if you could find an old wax cylinder one, those would still work.
Probably.
I
Those predate
sincerely doubt
electronics.
anyone in Fort Morgan still has one.
That works. The museum's probably got the remnants of a couple.
I was gonna say you might find one in a museum.
That's not a well-stocked.
No.
Uh-uh.
Shocking. That the museum library is.
Uh-huh.
So while you're blathering about phonographs, Mel, you hear rustling, and then you hear some crinkling, like a chip bag, and you see your Mel go, "They don't smell off."
Bell's getting high again.
I think they're fine. And she takes a bite of one of them, and you know how when you have chips that not only have gotten stale, but they've like kind of
Oh,
taken on moisture.
You can't, with the kale chips, you can't actually like bite through them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like
instead
leather.
of being
Oh, yeah.
crunchy, they're leathery, and she.
You ate the first piece of plant leather.
I wish I'd been able to finish those.
Should have eaten them faster.
I was saving them. They're my
For
favorite.
what? A good day?
We could have one again. You don't know.
Anyway, the fish tacos are done.
Nice.
Oh,
Hey, you mind if I take a couple of them to go there?
Yes.
Go for it.
You do mind? Okay.
No.
No, no.
Oh,
God damn it.
please do. Please
Oh,
take
okay.
some.
Thanks. Sharon appreciates it. And you still cooking dinner tonight?
Yes.
Like you
Yes,
said you
he
were
is.
this morning?
He
Yep.
absolutely is.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20 on that performance check for the fish taco, by the way.
They smell delightful. I don't know about all this.
They might be a little
Sauce.
spicy for you, Dad, so just be careful.
Okay. We'll go grab some Tums.
And we will now put to get bed the kale chips. That was the last bag.
What are we going to bury him in the backyard?
What else do you do with trash without trash service?
All right, moment of silence for the kale chips. And we're moving on.
Well, the good news is that they're in one of those eco-friendly bags that actually biodegrades, so we're not actually making waste while we're burying our trash.
Cool, so the kale
wonder
chips
if-
have the same
Yeah, that's why
consistency.
they staled out.
While all this is going on, can this count as a short rest?
Sure. Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
good. I need to burn 3 hit dice to get my.
Get some health
I
back.
gotta heal back up.
Uh,
myself down 3 hit dice, but I don't know why.
you might have short rested and not gotten everything back after last long rest.
That sounds right.
You got there.
Yeah. Fuck. Because you guys did get your ass kicked too.
We did. I don't remember what we were doing.
Oh, either.
There was the night that we stayed up because of the vampire.
Yeah, that was.
That was last night.
Yeah.
I
It
can't
was
remember
before Fort Morgan.
When was the last time we?
Oh, the dragons.
Yeah,
the
it was
half-
the
Half-Dragon.
That
It
was,
was
a while ago.
4 days travel to Fort Morgan, though. You
Yeah,
should
you
Yeah,
have.
probably
so
should
I
be fine.
should be good now. Okay.
Yeah.
We've
Oh.
slept since then.
A couple times.
Several times.
Sadie says she's gonna go with Ken to the wall, right with him and Jeff. See if I'm gonna go
Sadie,
see if
ask-
my
ask
magic
Jeff.
stuffs can do anything to make the wall better.
Ask Jeff about the plant magic. He knows some things.
I'll have to do that. Hey Jeff.
And as you saw in the okay, never mind.
What?
What do you want?
I can make plants.
I had the thought, like, I wonder if you
Okay.
could, like, rapid compost with Druidcraft.
Probably.
Just decompose
that
the
what
plant
blight
chips
is?
and.
Yeah,
But-
basically. But
But,
that's
but like,
that's a high level spell for some
Helpful
kale
combo.
chips.
that's why I said Druidcraft. It's
Okay.
a cantrip.
Yeah, I'm like that would be a high level spell for some kale
But
chips.
that wasn't something Emery would know to ask about. I was a druid, that would be my most used spell.
You know, we could have fashioned those kale chips into ninja stars for you.
They were
They're not.
chewy. It was nasty.
And so you guys have some very baller fish tacos.
Yep.
And then we head back over to the church. Probably just on foot this time, though.
Yeah.
No reason.
Speak for yourself.
Well, I guess you can ride the horse if you want to.
I'm riding the horse, and the fish tacos being held by my mage hand.
We ate
So you
before
can eat
we
on the run?
left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's a snack, apparently.
So you guys get to the church, enter through the normal front sanctuary doors.
I get off the horse first.
Or you try and it's locked, so you knock. Shortly thereafter, door opens and there's Pastor Eric. Like, oh, good, you guys are here.
Yeah.
You seem
Weirdly
excited.
excited, but all
I
right.
had my prayers answered correctly. I think we can solve your problem.
Okay.
Did the person
Staring at-
identify themselves? Did they give you?
Yeah, did any
They
anything
didn't call
come?
themselves
what,
like
what they?
Boogeyman or something.
No,
Ashwagandha.
it was God. God answered my prayers.
Did he have a really deep, gravelly voice?
It was more of a in my head thinking at me thing.
Sounds
say,
good. What
"Oh,
did you find out?
I
come,
just got
come,
that
come,
song
come
stuck
inside,
out
come
of my
inside.
head for after like 3 days.
I love it.
It's a worst song stuff stuck in your head.
I can think of a few.
Just
You want them?
no.
All right.
So he ushers you in to the building,
Uh-huh.
and it's again it's pretty in here, but it's not built for like illuminatory purposes. This was designed with electrical lighting in mind.
Right.
So you got stained glass and stuff, but it's there for aesthetic, less lighting the place up. So it takes your eyes a second to adjust.
Okay.
And Pastor Eric is just kind of just rambling at you. Very happy, very excited, very high energy. And as your eyes adjust, you realize behind the pulpit at the far end is a statue you don't remember seeing.
Mm.
Big statue, probably 7.5, 8 foot tall.
How did we miss that?
It looks like it was carved out of marble.
Okay.
Very obviously a white stone. Huge wingspan of literal wings.
Okay.
Coming out from behind
Feathery
it.
or leathery?
Feathery.
It's not like
Big feather
blocking its
wings.
eyes, is it?
It does not appear to be a Dr. Whovian
Okay,
creation.
carry on.
Where'd the where'd the statue come from?
God answered our prayers.
And dropped off a statue.
Okay.
And he keeps leading
Maybe-
you forward.
Start
mean-
from the beginning
I mean,
and tell us.
That looks like good things. We associate feathery, winged, humanoid things as good.
I mean, we used to.
Go ahead and roll perceptions as you're approaching.
Doesn't mean our perception.
Passive.
That was a 3.
Dope.
17.
Okay.
12.
12.
12.
12. James, so the rest of you first. It's very clearly it's marble. It's not the world's highest quality marble. It's got a lot of imperfections running through it.
Did I have advantage because I am a sculpturist?
Yeah, actually. That makes
there you
sense.
go,
Yes.
there you go.
That does make sense.
16.
Hey.
Okay.
That's a little better.
Oh, well.
So you'll get 1% less
Yeah.
than James. But the rest of you, it's not the perfectly pristine white marble like you see in some of the Athenian sculptures.
Mhm.
It's got impurities running through it like veins of like a bluish gray color. And it's interesting. It looks like the sculptor actually managed to aim the imperfections to where they line up with where blood vessels would actually be on a person.
Great. It looks possibly alive. That's awesome. That's cool.
You two notice it's breathing.
Son of
guys,
What?
we've fought gargoyles before. That statue's breathing.
The gargoyles didn't breathe.
But that's breathing.
Then maybe it's not a statue.
And once
Hello.
it acknowledges that you
a
are
no.
here, you see its eyes open.
Oh God.
Hi.
And instead of like human eyes, it's just got these intense glowing orbs of white yellow light.
Uh-huh.
almost as if they're emanating, like dull flashlights.
Okay. So we're in a church, right?
Yes.
And this is what we're seeing.
Yes.
Yeah. Elliot's going to his knees.
Fair.
And his forehead is going to the ground.
Pastor Eric, what did God tell you?
Well, God told me.
Just like staring at this statue in like fear.
I think that's the fastest I've seen Elliot move.
that I am not a strong enough vessel to handle the healing required to remove your curse. With time and training, I can get there, but I'm not there yet. So he sent David. And he looks up at the statue as he says, David. David can heal you.
Why is it?
Will I be alive at the end of it?
That's how healing works. You'll be slightly, possibly more alive than you are right now.
He's not gonna whip him, is he?
No, you don't see any whips on the. So what you see now that you're up close enough, what he's wearing like a white tunic-y type shirt.
Okay.
A bordering on like somewhere between medieval tunic with buttons and kimono wrap kind of flair. That goes into like a kilt, I guess, skirtish bottom half. He's wearing golden bracers and golden pauldrons, and he has a golden circlet that almost looks like it's floating just above his head.
Okay.
Why does this make me incredibly uncomfortable?
He's wearing like cliche, like ancient Greek sandals that do the like leg wrappy thingy.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got I don't remember what they're called. Shin guards of gold. Greaves.
Yeah.
I got breeches. That wasn't right. Greaves on his ankles. And he is just very calmly, patiently overlooking all of you. And he looks at Elliot and says,
Rise, child. You need not proselytize in front of me.
I don't
we'll
know
get
what
to
that
his
would
feet.
How are your knees? Good.
Aside from the fact that she tried to start a conversation with him, has he noticed her?
he's taken account of you. He's overlooked you.
You didn't burst into flames. That's something.
It's better than I thought.
He fixes his gaze on Olnak. David's.
Uh-huh.
You are afflicted with a great curse.
That is my understanding. Yes. David. Yes.
That is as close as your tongue can get to pronounce it.
Understood.
Pastor Eric, while a loyal and dedicated servant, is not yet ready to deliver the healing that is required for your full return.
Oh, that sounds.
So I
better
have
than
been
expected.
sent to help remove your affliction. We will need many a strong warrior if we are to face off the threat brewing in your country. And we cannot have one turning into an unthinking killing machine. We prefer our killing machines quite thinking.
Well,
God,
I don't know if
I'm
you
out
want
on
to really
Dillon.
go with this.
Who is we? You say we. We prefer our killing machines.
We are the divine.
Insight check.
Oh, yeah, you can insight check that.
And
But guess what? He thinks he's telling the truth.
That's
I
He-
didn't
they are
burst
He
into
believes that,
flame.
yeah,
Whatever
that's what he is, yeah.
He's not evil.
Hopefully.
Probably.
You have faced a great many obstacles on your journey so far.
That is true.
Your distrust is understandable.
Yeah, the last time we tried getting it fixed, we wound up asking the enemy to do it.
Yes. The enemy, full disclosure, could have healed you.
Not
At
anymore.
At great cost.
Pain.
Sounded like I was just going to get tortured a lot.
And then they would cast a remove curse to end the ordeal.
that they
And then you
didn't
would
have from our knowledge
for them as
Your knowledge,
as
if
gaps.
you remember, was that they would have had to cast a different spell at the end of the first spell. The first spell just hurt a bunch. The second spell would have removed your wounds.
They just didn't know that remove that would have also fixed the lightning problem.
They didn't know.
They may not have known that their first spell would not have worked.
Okay,
Broad spectrum second spell.
roger that.
We've been watching.
Oh, joy.
You in particular, young,
Yeah, we get watched a lot, I think.
showed great bravery in overthrowing Ogyuan.
That's how you say it.
Just out of curiosity, do I still have a soul?
You currently have it, yes. You would very much not be alive without it.
Do I have any black spots?
Yes. I am not
Sorry.
positive if I can fix even that level of tarnish. That is something that a self journey will have to heal.
Oh, joy. I love those.
Yay, journey of self-discovery.
Ogyuan has been a plague on other planes, and unfortunately he has brought his armies to ours.
Well, hearing you say that is actually comforting.
That's very refreshing, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I
I'm
just have
not
trust
comforted
issues.
at all.
We all have trust
Understandable,
issues.
James.
Yes.
I'm
Right.
comforted that he doesn't work for Ubo.
Oh, yeah, no, that is reassuring. Totally.
Well, Olnak, it's your curse and your.
I mean, we were going to do it before, and I was going to almost die.
Yeah.
Really hoping I'm not going to almost die here.
You will not almost die here.
We don't have to leave for this to
You
happen,
will
right?
definitively die.
You will die for.
You will
Do you-
absolutely
okay,
die here.
Quick question. Is he going to owe you anything for this service?
We are considering this a little bit of a pay it forward scenario.
No signing on dotted lines?
No.
Just checking.
Your,
Yeah, if there's a contract involved, I would like to see that first.
your goals are currently aligned with our own. You wish to see a Moritar removed from this plane?
Yes.
We wish to see Ogyuan removed from this plane. The two are interconnected.
Well, these Ogyuans on my motherfucking plane.
Language, James.
All right.
English, Elliot.
What?
He does not know better, Elliot, but I appreciate your respect for this holy house.
Thank you.
Sorry, I make bad jokes when I get nervous.
It is a defense mechanism learned over years, I understand.
He seems to know a lot about you specifically. I'm guessing all of us,
It's
but
like they've been following us or watching us.
We do our research.
did I delete my browser history before this happened?
It was
No.
very thoroughly removed.
Nice. We'll take that. I'll take that.
We don't care what you do in the privacy of your
That's
own
beautiful.
Oh,
You know, I
God.
appreciate that.
You
I
know,
do.
a lot of people would be really reassured to learn that.
A lot of people will be reassured, and I'm sure some will be quite surprised, but we don't care.
It's fair.
So anywho, do we have to like step out of the room for this? When we stay here to make sure
It's
that
gonna
he
be
doesn't
just
get-
me.
Yeah.
No, you can stay.
Okay, cool.
All right.
It's the most
Well-
laid back, almost
We're all,
angel
like,
I've ever
so,
heard.
like,
We're super worried about this.
Again, your distrust is understandable. You have many, many, many difficult trials that lay ahead.
Did you have to say that many?
I'm sure there's supposed to be more minis, if I'm being honest.
The state of Colorado is almost killed.
Yeah.
You have many insurance.
We haven't even left the state yet. I forgot.
Yeah,
You're quite
we're
close.
still in-
Or-
we are almost out
They're a
into
lot
Days,
bigger over
maybe.
here, too.
You're about
Possibly
as close to
Wyoming.
the next one as you can get without being in it.
But,
Well,
yes, child.
you seem to know a lot about us and a lot about where our future is. You got any hints as what could be done that would keep Jacob safe from your bogey one?
Killing a Moritar would be a very strong first step.
Well, yes, but between here and there.
I feel like
which-
that's a big step. That's a big leap.
I know, like that's our goal, but between here and there, Like, I don't want to traumatize the child any more than we already have.
Unfortunately, I believe that we are in a time of trauma.
Oh, lucky him.
I do not believe that very many who survive the next several years are going to leave Star,
It's gonna build
physically
character
and
for sure.
mentally.
War is hell.
If you must face any, or if you require any consolation, be consoled in the fact that this is not your doing.
That is less helpful than it should be, but thanks.
You didn't cause the problem,
Considering
but you're still cleaning it up.
the
Yeah.
circumstances, I believe you're doing about as well as you could on that child's behalf.
Good.
Yay.
Speaking of which, Jacob went with Ken. So,
I didn't
So
really
he's
figure
not
he came
seeing.
with us. That would be
Probably for the
boring
best.
him.
Yeah.
All right.
just remove all the under 18ers from the scene.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt anybody in my wolf form. If there's any way we can get rid of the curse, I am absolutely game.
Yes, I agree. The fact that you kept control the first time is incredibly happy. Most do not make it through.
Hmm.
It is a testament to your will and character.
So it's unlikely I would do that ever again. Yeah,
It is a feat. Every time,
gets harder.
yes. Are you ready?
Yes.
He extends his hand forward, and this cathedral, church sanctuary, was probably never the cleanest. Big, tall, roofed
Mhm.
buildings are hard to keep clean.
Yeah.
So there's always a little bit of dust
Yeah.
floating about the space. More so probably now than before.
tall, huh?
He's a big son of a bitch. Yeah. Homeboys is like you are looking up at him.
He's like 9 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He extends his incredibly strong arm forward. And you see the motes of light kind of collecting in front of him. And it starts to glimmer, and a very large golden sword materializes.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Kneel, child.
I do as instructed, because I don't know if I have another choice at this point. There's a giant golden light sword pointed at my face.
You've already said yes.
And this looks to everyone else remarkably like a knighting ceremony.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He taps the flat of his blade on one shoulder, lifts it up, gently boops you on the center of your forehead,
It echoes.
Bang.
and you can see his mouth moving.
Okay, but I'm not hearing
He
anything.
is saying things that none of you can hear.
Okay.
Maybe if you've got particularly good hearing.
I
you
do
can
not.
barely hear. Kind of like you can hear when some people can hear when fluorescent lights are
Well, I
Okay.
have the ears of a hawk.
on.
Yeah.
So you hear
It's been established.
just the highest kind of rhythmic buzzing as he's talking. And the second he taps your second shoulder, you all black out.
Everybody. Fun.
I should have sat down first. Fuck.
Oh,
My taco
Okay.
now.
yeah, you lost your mage hand taco, man.
Let's get some constitution rolls just to see who comes back first.
Saves.
Yes.
14.
22. I rolled a natural 20. Heck of a waste of
Constitution save?
10.
23.
I have a +5.
17.
10.
So do I.
So yours wasn't natural though? Natural 20?
No, mine was 23 with the boost.
Just because you got the natural, we'll say you come back slightly first.
Okay.
And you find yourself seated in one of the pews. And to you, it's like you took the world's longest.
Hey, with the
So it's a little disorienting because you can see where you were, when you close your eyes. And now you're across the room.
Good.
The statue's gone, and Pastor Eric is sitting in a chair just kind of twiddling his thumbs, waiting for you guys to come back. Almost immediately after Olnak opens his eyes.
Olnak, are you alive? Oh, jeez.
Huh?
Within minutes, the rest of the team blinks back awake. You've all just had a long rest.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Did we level?
No.
Damn.
That was
I don't know. We battled things. I didn't. Just check it. Just check it.
Am I still charmed?
Yes.
Damn
it.
It hasn't been 24 hours yet.
Well,
And he
we just
specifically did
survived
not
that.
cast the thing that fixes that.
Fine.
You all have a point of inspiration. You have 2 because you earned it. You have 2 because you earned it.
Okay. Where do I go to?
You won't be able to mark it twice, just remember.
In the upper section. There should be like a little.
I got it. Okay.
If any of you were down heal, well, you just got a full rest, but
Yeah.
We'll say that you also got your hit dice restored to full. This was some magical ass. You feel fucking good.
It's almost as good as we felt in that place with the lady in the green and
Oh,
those.
it's on that par, yeah.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Okay.
Aches and pains are pretty much alleviated. Bruises that have been accumulated are pretty much gone. You almost got set to factory defaults again.
Nice. Oh, my memories. That's okay.
No, my taco.
It's just this fish flopping around on the floor.
It's alive now. Ah,
you revivified the taco.
There's
We
a
can-
fish flopping around the floor and
He
some
jizzes
corn
my
and some popcorn
taco.
scraps.
And you all have been cured of any curse, diseases, poisons, blindnesses, or deafnesses.
Okay.
Which translates to Olnak feels less doggy.
What do you
Olnak
say?
probably heard the whistle tones too.
Yeah, fair, yeah.
I wouldn't have heard the whistle tones. I have military grade tinnitus.
Yeah, you always hear the whistle.
I just
tones.
Well, Olnak, how
It
do
got
we know
worse.
it worked?
Oh, I wonder if that got rid of the tinnitus.
Yes,
Haha.
you don't have tinnitus.
I don't have the ringing, and I'm just like,
You're gonna have a hard time falling asleep tonight because it's so quiet.
yeah. I can hear
can
really
hear us
well, and that
breathing
part's
now.
weird. I gotta be honest.
Um,
Elliot, what about you? I know you were in military, and you hear better now. I don't hear the ringing anymore.
God, I haven't heard the ringing in a while, but probably because I couldn't hear.
I've been deaf for too long.
And most notably, the big ass dude's not there no more.
Yeah, the big set.
He
What we thought was a statue until it started
we all
moving. and
saw
talking
that,
to us.
right? That happened.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
you're back awake.
Fudge.
Good.
Ah.
Pastor Eric comes up like, I told you, he's been answering my prayers.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Like
That
$1 million.
better?
I feel honestly fantastic. Now, whether it got rid of the lycanthropy or not remains to be determined, but I feel real good.
I don't know. You can stab yourself and see if you heal quick.
That, you know,
I'm
what if
gonna
it did
I'm
heal
gonna-
that?
I'm
Because
gonna
it didn't work as well as I
slowly-
thought it would the first time. So,
I'm gonna slowly poke him with the silver dagger
Don't
behind him.
be poking people.
ow,
Bink, bink.
it still hurts.
But is it healing?
I don't know. Don't stop.
Bink, bink.
Is my shirt a different color? Am I bleeding? You stab me in the back like a jackass.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Do you need a band-aid?
Probably.
Well, Pastor Eric, we can't thank you enough for reaching out on our behalf, honestly. That we were very nervous about that because of past experiences trying to remove this
Yeah.
curse, and
It did
this
not go
went-
nearly as smooth the first time.
It
And I
didn't
was
happen the first
This
Much
feels
more
like
gung ho
it
the
went
first time.
a
I was
lot-
very into it, and then I wasn't.
a lot better than we could have even expected.
How?
So,
Just out of curiosity, how long were we out?
It's been a couple hours.
A couple
Yeah,
hours.
y'all felt like a sack of potatoes. Kind of wish he'd warned us about that. I could have pulled out some chairs. But
It's
Oh,
like,
well.
my face hurts.
you know, when you feel this refreshed, you really, I guess, I should be stiff after sitting in the pew for 2 hours.
Right?
Like,
Most likely.
he was at least nice enough to help me get you guys into the pews before you left.
That was good
you
of
know,
him.
that-
That
I'm
was
fully
great.
confident I could have got your big ass into the pew.
Also fair. Yeah.
That would have been so funny. Just like he finishes remove curse and everyone falls over and he goes,
one limb at a time.
Forgot about that part.
Yeah.
You know, he probably did.
Yes,
Oh,
correct. I
right.
forgot. They all pass out when I do
But in a
that.
much grander fashion.
I meant to do that.
Pastor
It's
Eric,
all part of the process.
It is God's plan.
Grab his legs and I'll get his head.
He just like picks me up by the head, just like, whip.
The disorientation is necessary. Necessary.
Necessary. Necessary. Very necessary.
so Pastor Eric, we owe you a report about the moving equipment.
Yes, are you gonna be able to help solve the town's issues?
No.
Oh, I wish we could, but that is a
Short-
hard no.
The short version is no.
Bummer.
Yeah.
And then Eric will give him a very detailed, full
Yeah.
debrief on what we saw,
Explain
what
the
happened,
whole-
what we think is like. I don't think he may have killed himself.
We're not
actually.
sure.
Yeah, we were
100%.
Right,
leaving
with the
suddenly there was
magic.
just like a beam of fire that just went straight up into the air.
So, yeah.
He doesn't seem to have a good handle on the magic that he's using. It is.
We tried very hard to get him to come to the town, and he was not
And
having
ultimately,
any of
I'm glad that he didn't.
Yeah. MacGruber's been unsettled for a while.
Doesn't surprise me.
He was moving up pretty good in the pit.
it. Yeah. So,
Then the pit shut down. Lost his job.
yeah. So unfortunately, we think that's a dead end. But that's what we know. You might send somebody out to check.
Yeah, we'll add him to our quarterly task list.
And if you
Make sure
find,
MacGruber's still alive.
Yeah, go check on him every
if
now and
by
then.
some chance that spell book survived, put it somewhere no one can touch it
Or burn it.
or burn it.
Church has a scary history with burning books. We
Yeah,
won't go that route.
That's
He's got a point.
uncomfortable.
He does
But
have a point.
Lock it up somewhere. Don't
Bury
tell
it.
people about it. Like, I don't know. It seems like there's some dangerous things in that book, and I don't think
See if David can make it.
untrained people should be
Like-
maybe messing with that.
Yes, that seems.
From what our friend Jeff says, it takes years of training to be able to cast that kind of magic well.
His friend Jeff of yours seems to know a fair bit about this.
He's been around the magic enough.
A lot longer than all of us.
He had an extraordinarily terrible experience, which is related to
Yeah, the group that we went to originally to remove the curse, it brainwashed people, and he happened to be one of the brainwashed people we were able to rescue him from.
Yeah.
Well, he helped us get. He helped us.
He
helped us get out.
escape.
Fair.
Yeah,
He
we
was-
didn't
he was
save
kinda like
him.
a-
He helped us get out, and we happened
And
to
we-
save
It was
him
a
by
group effort.
circumstance. Yeah, well, all right.
We convinced him to leave because he was going to stay,
He would have
and they would
died.
have killed him.
They would have killed him. He almost died when we left. I felt
Yeah.
really awful
It was
for him,
very
too,
close.
It
actually.
was hard for him. Yeah.
Interesting.
But he's from the world that the magic came from.
So he knows a fair bit about a lot of things we don't understand.
He could be
But-
quite useful.
He's
Yes.
also
Indeed.
Could be.
But hey, if you want him
hiding
to stay,
from
that'd
this
be great.
other group that we initially went to.
And very much wants to not get involved with any of it again if he can help.
Understandable.
And-
David filled me in a little bit.
He doesn't necessarily want to travel across the country with us to kill a Moritar either, which
We'll
Is
kind of put him in the
entirely
line of
fair.
fire eventually. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say he's wrong in that.
no.
I don't really think you guys should travel across the country to kill a Tar.
But
Probably
we've
could.
been divinely approved.
It's true.
David seems to have confidence in you, and who am I to question
Well, that makes one of us.
the messenger of God?
It's usually not a good plan.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Why
Good book
us?
does detail that one quite frequently.
Yeah, you should just listen and shut up,
Oh,
James.
But why
Well-
us?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Let's go
Because
kill
we
that guy.
decided to be helpful instead of running around screaming, even though it seemed like a
know.
much better plan at the time.
And I've been thinking this for a while, like ever since Junction, but like, why? Why are we the ones with the powers and the ability to fight you?
We're
'Cause
not
we
the only ones
decided to help.
with powers. It's,
Yeah, we don't know if we're the
yeah.
only ones who could possibly do this, but the point
but
is
we're
that's
the
what we're
ones
trying
that
to do.
decided to do it.
Yeah.
That's
We're just a bunch of idiots.
Good Lord frequently chooses imperfect vessels to carry out his plan.
Almost always.
Yeah, I am not a connoisseur of sorts in the Bible, but that does seem to be a thing that happens quite
I'm
frequently.
a King James man myself. That seems to be
Excellent
the
note.
best vintage.
It's aged the best. Yes.
It's cave aged.
NIV is a
Dead
little
Sea
easier
Scrolls.
to read, but King James is more poetic.
We studied the Latin in theology school, and that sucks. That's
rough.
hard.
That's rough.
Going
Yeah.
one word at a time and translating is fucker.
Yeah. There's a lot of words. You know what I mean?
There's a
Like,
lot of them.
A lot of them.
All of them.
Yeah,
Almost every word's in it.
All the words. Yeah.
I mean, you say that Jeff may be helpful, and honestly, we came this way potentially hoping that we could.
This
Find
might
a
be
home
a
for
safe
him.
place for him to stay
Okay.
if he's interested. He
Well,
has
of course, he would
free
have to be
will.
willing,
Right.
not into forced labor.
Yeah.
No indentured servants by the church. Not here. Nope.
From the
But
sounds of things,
s-
your father could use some help as well.
Yeah.
There might just be a home for him here.
That would be.
That
I
could
don't
work out for
recommend
everybody.
that you try to convert him for a little bit. Let him
Yeah.
get comfortable.
He's a
He's
little
had a
off.
problem with churches, so
I've had to. We get a weird amount of cults out here in Colorado, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I've helped one or two of them out. So
Just
Probably just be there for him if he has questions, but I'd give him some time to himself.
just wish more of them learned how to make really good sandwiches.
What?
Does
Huh?
Jeff know how to make good sandwiches? We really
The-
don't know.
Yellow deli, blue deli. It's a color. In Boulder, baller sandwiches. Crazy people.
Okay.
I,
It's genuinely run by a cult.
We're not from this side
yeah,
of the
I
mountains.
avoid Boulder.
That's news to us.
I think
Wow.
they had one in Greeley for a bit, but I might misremember that. Fort Collins, perhaps.
Probably
Somewhere
Fort
over here.
Collins.
I don't know. I feel like we
I gotta
probably ought to be
find that.
getting
Hold
on the
on.
road.
It's a real thing. I
soon
think
I
it's
know.
yellow.
rather
Yellow
than
deli.
here.
I think, yeah,
I agree, Ellie. I
to
think
hit
we
the
gotta
road
get
again.
going soon. But
you'll have good
Well-
luck to convincing your parents. There's
We-
still Plan B.
We could always do an O'Brien goodbye.
No, we're not going to do an O'Brien
I
goodbye.
was gonna say we could just leave very early.
I was
in the
gonna say,
morning.
there's
They're
still
not
Plan
awake.
B. We
There's
can
still
get you
Plan
disowned
B.
if we want.
I am going to extricate myself from this conversation so that
Thank
I
you.
have plausible deniability for whatever course of action you choose.
Or we can do an Irish goodbye instead of stealing stuff.
Thank you again, Pastor Eric.
Absolutely. Thank you
And
for the
thanks.
information.
We'll talk to
What?
Jeff and see. But for time being, he's at my parents' house as well. So I mean, I'm sure you'll get an update from them by the way, if we don't see
Absolutely.
you again.
I might. I'll be swinging by in a couple days' time anyway to see how they're doing. Good luck. I wish I could do more to help you out.
You've done more than enough, to be
Thank you
perfectly
very
honest.
much, Pastor. So, when everybody leaves, I rode my horse. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to catch up.
Fair.
What am
Um,
I supposed to do with a live fish?
You can cook it again and we can
Kill
have more
it,
tacos.
Cook it again?
Make more tacos.
So then, after they leave, Elliot's going to walk around outside to the back side of the church. He's going to take a moment and he's going to look up and he's going to say, David, if you're still listening, may I have a moment of your time?
Anyone
curious,
can ask
so
for a
sure.
divine
D-
intervention.
Check your text.
Oh.
As we're leaving, Mel's like, so do you think we can go to that poetry place again tonight?
Absolutely
No.
not.
I think that would be a bad idea.
We are locking.
You feel
all
a
doors.
presence behind you.
I'm going to turn around for a moment.
And you could see, sort of, David's there.
Got it. I'm going to bow my head for just a moment. And I'm going to say,
Yes, child.
I'm not going to ask you to fix my problem. But I would ask of you, can you stave it off until I can finish what I need to finish?
Yes. We can make sure that that does not impede on your mission.
Thank you. That's all I ask. And there's just a slight tear that runs down his face. Tell Walt I said hi.
Absolutely. you should know your wife and kid are safe so far.
Thank you.
They're doing their best.
And he's going to bow very deeply again, and then he's going to go get on his horse and catch up with the other horses, or the other people.
And you come back to James wagging a fish at Mel, saying, "We are not going back to the poetry."
Why are you always so aggressive?
Are you
man?
going to kill that thing or just let it suffocate?
Oh, it's dead.
Oh, it's been dead. Yeah.
We were
It's been
asleep
water
for
for a
several
second.
hours.
It's like a 10-minute walk back to the house or whatever. Yeah, it's dead.
It just
No,
went
we were
through
asleep for several hours.
That's right. Yeah.
You-
That's true. I
God.
forgot about that
a
part.
miracle. It got a unique hell.
Yeah.
It got pulled back
I don't
from
know how I
death
feel
to
about
resuffocate.
scaling a fish that I technically ate part of.
It's
So-
fine.
And cooked.
Don't think too much about it.
It's a divine fish. Maybe it'll give you the magics.
Divine fish.
You do see some kitty cats following you.
Oh, my fish.
So, now what do you want to do? You're planning on cooking dinner?
I think just head back to the house, maybe make some use of some downtime, just hang out a little bit.
Probably
Lock
start
Mel back in her room.
repacking our gear since we want to leave.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I do have a quick question. I know that the curse is most likely lifted. When is the next full moon? Just in case, we should prepare as though it's not.
No, it's fine.
No. We should totally.
What if?
Olnak,
I would rather not.
Olnak, I can tell you from the deep depths of my soul, you're fine.
We should bury him in the dirt.
You just want to do that whole like day at the beach burial
Ha-
thing.
Have faith, Olnak. Have faith.
Bury him from the fucking chin down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a really angry puppy head sticking out of the ground.
All right.
All right.
If you don't feel it's necessary, fine. I just wanted to be prepared for potentially the worst.
We'll at least night of we'll at least like stay up and make sure and like be prepared just in case. But
Let
I-
Jacob on the broom fight him.
Yeah, real
I
high.
agree. I don't
ready to stab
think
me with
it's
silver?
going to be a problem.
Okay.
Next full moon is on June.
What
Yeah,
day
I don't
is
know what
it?
day it
I
is
do agree with
currently.
Elliot. He was
Hang
able
on,
to bring a
doing
fish
math.
back to life briefly, so more than likely.
A fish that you chopped up and spiced. So that's a fair point.
And there were little bits of corn growing on the floor. I think that was the corn tortilla.
Yeah, you left with
Corn
like
stops
4
growing
kernels.
to the-
All right, so you guys make it back to the house, no problem. Describe your downtime activité.
Make dinner.
What you making?
That's a country.
It's May 19th.
Okay.
Get it, Jamaican? That's an excellent question. We already had fish for lunch. What the heck do they have in the
They have
pantry?
extra. They have like still parts of cow.
Oh,
Yeah, all the
I'm-
beef you could want.
I'm gonna make steak because we haven't had that.
Let's say
since we've
if
been
it's
here.
still like mid afternoon, you've got enough time to smoke something. a little bit.
No, we didn't.
That's right. We had
Yeah, do we
we
want-
had leather. That's right.
I was gonna say, do we want to go to the wall now?
Good.
It's up to you guys. It
Is
don't
there
matter.
any benefit to it?
Not that I can think of.
Really.
Not unless somebody wants us to.
I would like to repack my gear
Okay.
and I don't know. Probably chat girl crap with Sadie.
She's at the
Oh. Then I'll
Stay
just,
there after lunch.
well, she went with your dad.
then I'll just
Yeah,
sit there
at
and talk
lunchtime.
girly
Your
things
dad
by
hasn't come
myself.
back.
Oh, okay.
You assume she's at the wall, I should say.
Oh, okay.
She might be on the water truck with him. She might be helping.
Elliot's gonna just check over the horses real careful, brush them down really good, make sure they're got water, food, and probably mend tack at this point. He's gonna go through very carefully all the saddles, all the bridles, everything, and with a fine tooth comb and any repairs that need to be made. He'll actually grab the menders and say, "Hey, see if you can make this go back together." But he's gonna go through all the gear with a fine tooth comb and toss anything that's like, yeah, we don't need that, and just kind of make sure we'll travel ready.
Perfect.
Emery's hanging out not far from Elliot because he keeps asking her to mend shit. But
I'm absolutely doing training with Jacob, since at this point it looks like he is going to be an unwilling participant to the bitter end.
Go ahead and roll. I think for you it's wisdom. For our very
you should add your proficiency to
yeah,
that
definitely
still,
add
though.
proficiency.
17.
Ooh, nice. See how well Jake focuses. I'm gonna give him advantage because he really wants to. That's cocked. Ooh, that was exciting. All over the place. I did like a full lap around the dice tray. He definitely, from everything you can see, very much appears to be focused on learning.
Cool.
And he's going through all your kata or whatever and learning it real like.
Yep.
Someone who only kind of ever took a martial arts class.
He's learned
does the
combo 1,
things.
2, and 3, and is now working on his level 2 strikes.
There you go. You're having a hard time getting him to keep his shoulder in the right position during his hooks so he doesn't pop himself.
Yeah. He's also having a hard time remembering to keep his block up when he punches. So
Keep your
that's-
block off, or up, or I'm gonna
That
knock
is
your block
a
off.
real
Yes.
common problem. A lot of
Yes.
people do that.
Particularly as he gets tired, his hands start.
Yep, no. Hands up, hands up, hands up!
All it takes is getting caught in the face one time to be reminded real fast. Be like, oh yeah, hands up. Yeah,
Hey, you know what you're talking about.
I do.
Should we spar? Show him how it's done?
Oh.
I can spar, but lightly, obviously.
Well, yes.
No weapons.
Please
He
don't
can
tell
hit me as hard as he wants. I won't hurt. It doesn't matter. Unless
Well,
he's
both
a
of you should fight
freak
Olnock.
magic
Yes.
child.
Yes.
Mel and
Jacob sparring against
Olnock.
Olnock.
I got a 2-on-1. All right.
Yes.
Go ahead and get, just for fun, let's get competing athletics checks.
Okay.
Olnock, no throwing.
Are you gonna give Mel advantage or
Yeet
is
poor
Jacob
Jacob.
roll one too?
I got a
Jacob can
plus
roll with
6
her.
to
I
athletics.
was gonna say Mel is in Dex, so would that
You
be
guys might be all right.
athletics
That's a
for-
10.
We could do that. That's fine.
You're throwing for Jacob.
You might be all right.
Ooh,
Nat 20. So that's a
They're good.
23.
She sweeps the leg and has you flat on your back faster than you realize what the fuck.
I basically climb you.
You almost
Jacob.
do like a Black Widow takedown.
Yes.
Almost.
Oh, she's got me in it like she just jumps into the arm bar and I'm down. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, what the hell?
Shockingly swift.
Wow. That was.
Oh damn! Jacob's like waving tongs, like that was awesome.
James.
Did I say Jacob? I meant James.
Again.
I mean, Jacob's probably
Jacob's
going,
doing the same
yeah!
thing,
Give
absolutely.
me back the tongs. James.
Where'd you get those?
Actually, Jacob's probably down here, like, kicking at one of your feet. I'll get the other end.
Yeah, he's holding onto your leg. He's not why you fell.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mel, we got this.
He's just doing like that little kid, like.
Yeah. No, he's doing fine. You can let go of my arm though. That's gonna hurt a lot if you go any further. Please stop.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I thought we were
honestly-
sparring. I didn't think we were trying to fucking break each other's
I'm
limbs.
not
I
gonna
was
lie,
not ready.
I did not think that was gonna work. That turned
I've
out
never done it
way
against a real
better.
person.
Yeah, no, that turned out way better than I thought it was.
That was effective. You should.
I'm kind of badass.
That was awesome.
So a little while after this, Ken and Jeff return. Their deliveries for the day are done, and they are both beat, hauling water manually all day long.
Oh yeah.
They're pretty well bushed, but they come in, and even Ken has to admit, like, that does smell pretty good.
Aha!
James does know what he's doing.
Yeah, how'd you roll?
That's performance for
Yeah.
food, right? 22.
Damn, you are cooking up a storm. It's nice having access to utensils again.
That does help. That makes
I'm
it a lot
cooking on
easier.
an actual stove again. I'm not
You have a
having to do
fire that you can
campfire.
turn down.
Yeah.
You're not having to gauge distance from the
and
I'm
flame.
back in my Elliot.
And having a
My
Elliot.
Elliot. I'm
having
back
a
in my
flat
Elliot.
level place to put your dishes
Yeah.
instead of balancing them on rocks.
Yeah.
So
An
James is
actual
over here
cutting
using
board.
like tongs to flip the steak. Well, there's The mage hand is mashing potatoes.
There you go. There you go. Awesome.
It's got the Merlin spell from Sword in the Stone going on.
Yeah.
And right about the time that food's wrapping up, because you were told dinner was at 5, you've got it timed out. You've worked in the kitchen. You know how to nail timing.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be wrapping together at right about 4:50, so you could plate it and have it ready at 5. Part of you is making sure just to kind of rub Ken's nose in it a little bit, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm like using mage hand to like waft the smell that way.
It's just got like a rolled up towel so it can, like a paper towel or a newspaper.
Yeah, I
or
look
something.
directly at him as I season it.
It's got that cartoon,
Glare, you know.
like it's beckoning him by his nose.
Yeah, I could use minor illusion to do that.
You absolutely can, yes.
A short bit after that, right at like 4:55, Sharon enters. Sharon? Susan? Sharon. Sharon enters harried,
What does that mean?
frazzled,
Gotcha.
hectic.
I thought she was a
concerned.
werewolf.
I was like, Harry, what happened? Yeah.
You good?
We can't find Sadie.
God,
Oh, God,
son of a.
She was with you.
And we're gonna end the episode.
nah.
Guess we're going to fucking poetry night again. All right.
But the food, it's gonna get cold.
Well,
we're gonna eat first.
Theater of the Mind is Jeremy Arfsten as Elliot Brandybane, Amanda Arfsten as Mel Kelly, Mike Bernal as Olnok Varger Johnson, Mike Downs as James O'Brien, Mike Schock as our Dungeon Master, and myself, Kasey Weingarten, as Emery Lee. We release our episodes every other week on Sundays, so our next episode will come out on
April 20th.
Like our podcast, leave us a 5-star review, follow us, and share us on social media if you like what we're doing. You can find our social media and our website on our link tree, which is in our podcast description. You can also find our link to podcast with a referral code to get 40% off for a 4-month paid membership, and a referral link to Epidemic Sound for a 1-week free trial. The music we use in this podcast was sourced from Epidemic Sound. We're not sponsored by, used under a Creative Commons license. Our songs in order are
Danse le Pensée by Franz Gordon, A Wasteland Lullaby by Victor Lundberg, Mimicry by Gavin Luke, and Here We Are Again by Will Harrison. We also use Drone, Bass, Pulse, Low, Rumble 03, and Low Drum Hit Simple from the Sound Effects Library.
our theme, ad break, and outro were written by Mike Schock. Everything in this podcast, including all characters, places, names, streets, everything is fictitious and has no relation to anything living or not.
An accent, it's a fun one to do.
My last classes, I
It's
would
very enjoyed. It's very enjoyable to do it.
You can speak a
That
lot
one is
faster.
Whether you do it correctly or not important.
See, now you sound like Sulu from Star Trek.
These ones are
You
so
sound like
thin, it
Chekhov from
doesn't
Star
matter.
Trek.
But
I look like I'm
Oh,
coming through
those are
okay.
really
You guys all hear me okay?
I got nothing.
I can hear diddly dick.
Yeah,
So-
we can't hear anything on this side at the moment.
How do I have you? How's that sound? Any better?
Nope.
I can't hear anything.
Better,
Nada.
better, 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 better. How about now? Any better? Any better? Any better?
I'm
That
like
should be
maxed
just
out
as
and I can't
4.
hear you at all.
Better?
Think. Yeah, that one's mine.
Which way is up? I can't tell.
Now I'm about half right now.
Okay, 0 to 10. So let's just put everybody.
Here, let's make sure.
All I hear is like slight static with them messing with the box. Whoop,
Okay, we got
Any better now? Any better now?
Nope.
Nothing.
nothing.
Better now?
nothing.
I have nothing.
We got nothing. Let's do this.
Can
Okay,
you hear
we've
us?
Got, we've
They look
already
like they're
here.
plugged in,
I hear
right?
everything fine.
So it's on bad end.
They're plugged in. Right over
Oh
there.
man! Oh my fuck! I just dropped.
Oh
everything.
no! All the
Oh.
dice.
What am I plugged
Let's
It's
see.
an omen. All right.
in?
Ah!
What is this?
by my feet.
Ah, okay, we got
there's
something.
multiple by my feet.
Oh, damn, there's more than one? I thought I just.
Oh!
Oh! We're hot! We're hot!
Hello? Okay, now
Now
Hey,
I
here,
got
people.
something.
I can
So
hear
that did it.
myself.
There we go.
Hello? Can somebody,
That was it.
there, now I can hear down.
How does that sound?
I check. I can hear it's like slightly delayed. Echoey.
Do you have the direct input on? Or no?
You're all really quiet.
Yeah,
But you can hear now
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
with
if
a
mic
little
is
bit of
coming
slap
in.
back.
Yeah.
I can hear better than I lost myself.
Hello?
How about now?
Oh,
Is the
quieter.
slap back gone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But now you're much quieter. That's weird.